We've heard new details about what happened during a fight with his wife, and the big revelation from police is that George didn't have a gun. And that's important because Shelley Zimmerman had called 911 saying George had threatened her with a gun. Police so far have not charged anyone. All of this happened at the home of Shelley Zimmerman's parents on Sprucewood Road in Lake Mary, just north of Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Sean Chivot is there. So, Sean, we now seem to be getting somewhat a clearer picture of how this escalated.
Yeah, we have just confirmed, Lauren, that police came here with their guns drawn, and they forced George Zimmerman down on the ground right here in front of his house. That is because they thought he had a gun, but at this hour, it's still unclear if he was actually armed.
No, he's in his car, and he continually has his hand on his gun, and he keeps saying, step closer. He's just threatening all of us with his firearm, and he's going to shoot us.
Shelley Zimmerman's frantic call to 911 started after a shoving match between her father and her now estranged husband. The couple is getting divorced and crossed paths at their home while trying to move.
And look, I think everybody got a little bit out of hand. I think there may have been some pushing and touching that happens a lot in divorce situations with silly stuff like pots and pans and dishes. It's so emotionalized that it overflows.
Police rushed to the $250,000 home around 2 in the afternoon, thinking George Zimmerman had a gun. But police have yet to charge him with any crime because of conflicting statements about the fight and about the gun.
Nobody saw a gun. Nobody ever saw a gun. We did not find a gun on his body. We did not find a gun in the house. As of right now, there is no gun.
He was armed. His gun was holstered under his shirt. It stayed there the whole time.
While Zimmerman's own attorney says there was a gun, it's unclear where it went. The fight happened inside the home, but when police got here, Zimmerman was already outside near his truck. Investigators do not plan to get a search warrant to check the truck for that gun. Now, police say they plan to be here through tomorrow, protecting George Zimmerman, who they say is still inside this house. But for now, he is free to come and go as he pleases, like anybody else would. And we should mention that he is still legally allowed to carry a weapon. Lauren.
Well, Sean, it appears the Zimmermans and Shelley Zimmerman's father don't want to file charges, but it doesn't mean the police can't arrest someone anyway. Do we know when they might actually decide to charge anyone?
Well, not at this point. We do know that there are home security video cameras here at the house. They reviewed that video. Unfortunately, that video didn't yield anything as far as capturing the actual altercation. So for now, they're going to have to go over witness statements to determine whether or not any charges do need to be filed. That is going to be up to the state attorney's office. Lauren.
All right. Thank you, Sean.
And the police investigation into this whole thing continues as well. And Sean has just mentioned ago, the state attorney's office likely will have the final say about what comes next. But our legal analyst says, based on all the conflicting statements today, that's likely not going to happen.
If I were to base it on the 911 call and have someone who said that's exactly how it happened, well, then at that point they would at least have probable cause to arrest him and, you know, further investigate what actually happened. But I mean, it's a stark contrast between that 911 call and the statements that were made after the fact about her not wanting or willing to go forward on those allegations.
Yeah.
Luis does say since Shelley Zimmerman just filed for divorce, we could see even more of the couple's dirty laundry aired out in the weeks and the months ahead. We broke the big story on clickorlando.com, and our extensive coverage continues right now. You can listen to the entire 911 call from Shelley Zimmerman and hear the full news conference with Zimmerman's attorney, Mark O'Mara. Just look under top stories right on the homepage.